There is a program inside of us that tells us that we must worship and glorify in order to be blessed by God, or in order to be receive a benefit. So there's this idea, which is really a sickness, and I'm really sorry that it's going to come out harsh. I'm not trying to make it come out harsh. It's just happening that way. Is that there's this idea that if you pray enough, if you're aligned enough, if you do A, B, and C to praise and venerate whatever God you call, then you are going to have miracles and blessings come into your world. That is a lie. That is a lie. Okay? It has nothing to do with how much you worship and glorify anything. It has everything to do with how you be in relationship with your own quantum self. That's the beginning and the end of it. Okay? Now, yes, there are wonderful things that happen when you engage in the God matrix, because those beings value the food that you are. You are offering something absolutely amazing. So unlike toxic relationships, these beings absolutely value the love and praise you offer them, right? They value your attention. They get bigger and stronger with you feeding any of these beings in the God matrix. Any and all these beings in the God matrix absolutely love you for what you do for them, okay? And it's confusing how to unplug out of that, because of these overlays. There's a lie at every level, there's a truth at every level, and it changes depending on what level you're unraveling yourself in. Now, I'm not saying there isn't a creator. There absolutely is. There is a benevolent creational force, absolutely. And some may call and it's been said that is the one true God. Yes, and what most people call God, goddess, whatever, that's not what they're connecting with. They're connecting in with Yahweh. They're connecting in with with the different pantheons of beings. And I'm not saying these beings are even evil. They're not. They're just in their own nature too. They are part of empire. They are part of that interdimensional empire that we are breaking out of. So we have a daunting task ahead of us moving forward. Now, some of us are going to be let down because maybe we have this idea that once the shifts happen, once the matrix falls away, everything's going to be great. No. There's total mayhem and chaos for a while. There's total mayhem and chaos for a while. And this is where the rubber really meets the road. This is where your spiritual practice either shows that it's on point or not, right? Is in these times of crisis, in these times of transformation. Several chats ago, I mentioned that, to transform means to suffer. There's no doubt about it. Okay? Some of us get a glimpse of what it is to learn and transform through joy. Bravo. Yes, that's amazing. But many of us are still plugged into that old system in such a way where it is a suffering process. It's a painful process to unplug, to let go of it. It's because we have to see it, we have to know it, we have to have it. And then in that chaos, we wake up. And in that experience, if we wake up in the experience of the pain and suffering, then we're awake and now we're done. But how often does that happen? I think for you and I, it probably happens more often than not. For the average human that doesn't have this knowledge, that doesn't have these teachings, and it has all the lies, this is a downward spiral of suffering until they reach the bottom of where they need to reach, and then they have that opportunity to wake up. And I really hope that they do. In my heart and in my mind, I really hope that everybody gets that opportunity to wake up. But unfortunately, what I'm saying is that means everybody has that opportunity to wake up while they're in such intense pain and suffering. Unless all of a sudden something happens and a wave comes and we all wake up through joy and celebration, that would be amazing. That would be amazing. And who knows? Who knows? Maybe there's a timeline where that actually is a way that people can wake up, or will wake up. What I'm seeing now all around me, there is massive falling away, which causes pain because people are afraid and all this other stuff. And there's a very quick building up. So things fall and rise at the same time. For those of us that have been awake for a while, or have been waking, it's more accurate to say, for those of us who have been waking up for a while, we're definitely on that part of the building up, right? We have visions, we have inspiration, we are creating new lifestyles, we are healing ourselves, we're doing what we do. And as we do this, there's those that are on that crumbling part. And it's very likely that a lot of those in that crumbling part are going to notice what we're doing, and they're going to be like, hey, what do you mean you healed your heart disease? Oh, I want that, and then they'll make that leap over. But that's why we're here, to support those who can see once they're shown, right? And help them, bring them aboard, right? Being a multidimensional might seem like it's a more desirable path, but I'm going to say maybe not. It's not easy. It's not easy for lots of reasons. Lots of reasons, because the disconnection, but also we see things, and this is why I do these chats, guys, because we see things in such a unique way. We're very often alone in how we perceive this, and there's no one, hardly anybody maybe, that we can actually talk to about this on this level, right?